Hey guys, and welcome back to another Roll for Crit mini Gen Con coverage episode coming to you from day number 2 for us of Gen Con 2014. This time we are going to talk to you about a game that we played today that is just coming out this year called Rarrr. That's, I believe, with 3 R's and 1, perhaps 2 exclamation points, I don't remember exactly, from publisher Ape Games.
So the point of the game is you first choose a monster. They all, there's one that's a rat, one that's a dragon.
Very kaiju
yes.
inspired, Godzilla style monsters.
They each have 4 circles at the bottom, which are elements. Now the whole game revolves around these 4 elements. It's radioactive, toxic, fire, and electricity. And these monsters have certain combinations that they come with. Like the one I had was full-on atomic energy.
Right.
What was yours?
Mine, I don't remember exactly, but some of them are more balanced, so one might have like half and half, or some have 3 and 1 of the different elements that there are, which are their strengths and weaknesses.
Right, and they also have a little part of their name, which is more fun. But then you go through...
You want to actually tell them what that is, so they know what we're talking about?
Well, that's what I was going to get to.
Oh, okay.
Then you do a small little draft, depending on the number of players, and you're going to end up with 2 cards, with also 2 other syllables in kanji, and which you put with your character to form the name. And they will also have elements at the bottom, so it's sort of spreading out these elements.
So you sort of customize your character in the beginning.
It also depends on what your opponents pick as well.
Right.
I ended up with Godoza,
I believe.
in no way related to Godzilla in any form.
Yeah, I had Kojiri, but the names don't mean anything. Ivan's was the best. It was Muma. But there's just a fun, neat little thing that is kind of nice. So the actual game, once you get into it,
the actual game is pretty much scoring victory points from destroying towns, because you want the towns. Now, the way that works is you choose a town. Whoever's the angry monster, I think it was random first. Last one to see a kaiju movie.
right?
Is first, but after that, we'll explain later. But you have a start with a hand of power cards ranging from 1 to 3 and the element. So I could have maybe 2 radioactive ones, some radioactive blues, so on and so forth. And you do the same thing. You're going to do drafting first. Higher numbers are better. So then you have your final hand of elements.
So you do a draft of 12 cards total all around until everybody has gone around with all their cards. So you end up with 12 to start. What do you do next?
Well, after someone's chosen the city and you actually have your actual hand, you're going to take turns playing numbers. So the first person will play a number of cards of the same element up to the number of circles they have.
So, for example, your guy had 4 radioactive
5,
elements.
actually.
5.
5.
So if you wanted to choose radioactive cards, you could play 5 of them.
Up to 5, yes. And I could also play some of my cards face down to increase the score, because the way the score works is you add up all the numbers to cards you play. So let's say if I played 2 1s, a 3, and one of these face down. The face down count to 0, so that would only be 4. But then I'd multiply that by the number of cards I played. So that'd be 4 times 4. So it's not just playing the high number cards. You might want to play a lot so you get a big multiplier.
Right. And if you have a card that isn't very good, you can get rid of it that way. But essentially, it's an auction game. I mean,
yes.
that's what it is. So first person plays their numbers.
So let's say I did my hand last time. So I did 4 times 4, 16. Then it would be Jonathan's turn, and he can either pass, which he's out of the town, he's not going to fight for it, or he can play any of the other elements on his own, and then he has to beat my score.
Right.
And it goes around the table, and once it goes back to me, let's say it got all the way around back to me, whether people passed or not, I can play another hand. I can't use the same element. I've already used radiation. I can do the other 3, but that number adds to my previous score, but once again has to beat Jonathan's.
Right. So that's basically the game. It's pretty much a bidding game with that kind of monster twist, and whoever gets the most cities at the end, wins the game. So what did you think about your time playing it? Did you enjoy it?
Well, I feel like anyone like me who's a Kaiju fan is just gonna love that first part alone is gonna make you happy.
Yeah.
Because making the little names was really silly and funny.
It's a nice touch.
Yes. And I do like the card idea. It was really fun. It was a simple bidding. I mean, since we did a short round, we really sort of went all out when you shouldn't have, because we pretty much like spending all the money at once.
Yeah, we did not really know we were doing it first, but we tried.
But there is some strategy too, because if you pass, you take 1 card you played back. unless you're the last person to pass. Then you take 2. I realized later I made the mistake of making it so Ivan passing. He always passed last, so he always brought back his 2 3 fires. At one point I shouldn't have fought him from a card and made him lose those 3 fires.
Huh. Yeah. So there's definitely more depth there than just I just want to put out my highest numbers and go
Yeah.
at it. There's a little more trick to it than that. It's not gonna be, it's not like a monster simulation game.
Another important thing.
Okay.
Sorry, we forgot to mention that towns have resistances.
Right.
That certain towns may have a electric resistance, meaning you can play 1 less electric card than what you normally could play. So if you're the angry monster, the one who gets to choose the town, you're probably going to want to choose a town that isn't going to hurt your chances of playing the nice big sweet bonus.
Right. So again, depth. It's simple, very simple to learn, easy to teach, drafting auction game. But we really enjoyed it. I don't, I compared in my head to King of Tokyo, even though they're really not similar at all, just because they have monsters. They have same kind of colorful, fun artwork as well. So I don't think if you're really into monsters, it doesn't seem like it's not really about that kind of thing. It's not like it seems like Rampage or whatever that game is called is, where it's really you want to feel like you're destroying buildings and stuff like that. But as it is, just as a game and with a fun theme on top of it, it was a decent time. It's a light game, a cheap game.
Well, once again, I mean, it's still a fun artwork. It's fun to play. It's definitely, especially easy to probably teach with other people. So if you're a fan of the kaiju thing, maybe you get something you bring to when you're not have the serious people who play games or something.
Yeah, although it is a little, it's not like I guess it is a party game, but
It's
again,
not, like I said, the strategy. You're not. It's not Candyland.
right. It's not apples to apples where it's just like, ooh, fun. There is some thought and tactics to it and stuff like that. So that's Rarrr. Yeah.
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 A cool game. We didn't pick it up then, but we probably will.
Yeah.
Because we were running around so much, trying to get more demos done.
And if you want to tell us how you thought the game was, if you managed to play it, or if you're just looking forward to pick it up, or anything else, you can comment on our video right below, or you can subscribe on YouTube. That's not how you comment, but it would help. You can also send us an email. Our email address is rollforcrit@gmail.com.
And don't forget our Twitter @RollForCrit, where we'll continue posting many Gen Con news for the coming days ahead.
Feel free to like us on Facebook, etc., etc. And, of course, rollforcrit.com. We'll be posting all of these videos and some of the wrap-ups of our pictures and news from Gen Con all week. And, hey, we sell a lot of awesome games.
So I think that's it for now. Stay tuned for more Gen Con news from Roll for Crit.